Jay begins talking about Jesus' family. He explains that her father is a university professor, while her mother studies music. From everything he hears, they seem like a cultured and respectable family. Jesus is also raised with great care, as the only daughter of a wealthy household. Because of that, Jay believes serious conflict is inevitable. If her family ever discovers the kind of man she chooses, things could become very complicated. After sharing his thoughts, Jay looks directly at Taeha. Then he asks what he plans to do moving forward. The question leaves Taeha deep in thought. Deep down, our boy already decides to see everything through until the very end. However, his stepmother's words suddenly resurface in his mind. Her question about whether he can truly go against his father's wishes continues to weigh heavily on him. The timing could not be worse. Taeha knows this is the last moment he wants to leave Jesus alone. More than anything, he wants to stay close enough to protect her from anything that might hurt her. Even if Jesus acts like she forgets everything, he does not believe it. In his eyes, the moment Min-chan appears in front of her again, all those painful emotions will come rushing back. He is convinced she will break down. For a brief moment, Taeha considers refusing the trip entirely, but another thought soon appears in his mind. A small and selfish part of him wants to know something. He wonders how strongly Jesus will reject Min-chan when he is not there beside her. Somewhere deep inside, he also hopes that she might end up looking for him. The thought lingers longer than he expects. Soon Taeha reaches for his phone. A new message from Jesus is waiting for him. The moment he opens it, his expression changes slightly. Jesus tells him not to come pick her up from the cafe. Concerned, he immediately asks if something happens. The message catches him completely off guard. Fortunately, Jesus quickly reassures him. She explains that nothing is wrong. However, she also says the cafe is her workplace, and she starts viewing the situation differently. She admits that bringing the person she is dating directly to work does not seem appropriate anymore. Instead, she asks him to wait somewhere nearby if he wants to meet her. Her words are calm but firm. As Taeha reads the message, disappointment slowly settles inside him. He understands her reasoning, but he still cannot hide how he feels. The response is not what he wants to hear. Meanwhile, the scene shifts to Jesus. She walks quietly through the rain while holding an umbrella above her head. The steady rainfall matches her thoughtful mood. Lost in thought, she reflects on how much people love gossip. No matter what they claim, rumors always spread quickly. Unfortunately, she already sees it happening around her. In her eyes, Taeha is still younger and less experienced when it comes to dealing with those situations. She feels that he views judgment and criticism differently than she does. To him, they probably seem like obstacles standing in the way of romance. But Jesus knows the consequences can be much more serious. The rumors continue spreading in different directions. Thinking about everything makes her quietly sigh. Suddenly, something unexpected happens. A hand reaches out and flips her umbrella upward. Startled, she immediately looks up. Standing there in the rain is Taeha. The moment he sees her face, he notices that she does not seem completely fine. Without hesitation, he steps beneath the same umbrella. This guy immediately starts teasing her. He points out that it seems she is not thinking about him at all. The playful remark catches her completely by surprise. Jesus stares at him and asks why he is standing in the rain. Taeha casually admits that he wants to share an umbrella with her. Then he reveals something even more ridiculous. Because someone tells him not to come to her workplace, he intentionally leaves his own umbrella behind. He says it so casually that it almost sounds normal, but his actions speak for themselves. Then he continues teasing her. He asks why she insists on meeting so far away from the cafe. A playful smile appears on his face as he keeps talking. Before long, Taeha starts making ridiculous guesses. He jokingly asks whether she already finds another man. Then he wonders if the new guy is younger than him or maybe even richer. The teasing leaves Jesus standing there in disbelief. Meanwhile, Taeha simply smiles beneath the umbrella, clearly enjoying every second of her reaction. Jesus immediately tells Taeha to stop saying ridiculous things. She denies everything and insists that there is no other man. Then she quickly changes the subject and tells him to walk faster before he catches a cold from standing in the rain. Instead of listening, Taeha moves closer behind her. He wraps himself around her while they share the same umbrella. The sight makes him look less like a grown man and more like an oversized puppy. With a playful grin, he asks her to dry his hair when they get home. Jesus immediately compares him to a puppy. Hearing that only makes our boy laugh even harder. The two continue walking together through the rain. For a moment, everything feels peaceful, but then Taeha suddenly notices someone passing by. A young woman walks past them, and their eyes briefly meet. The moment she recognizes him, she politely bows her head. The unexpected interaction immediately catches Jesu's attention. Confused, she looks at Teja and asks if he knows her. Teja casually explains that the woman works with him. His answer is simple, but Jesus still feels slightly uncertain. Part of her wonders if she is someone he should not be seen with. She does not want to create trouble for him. In her mind, there is no need to make work situations awkward. Meanwhile, the woman seems surprised to see Teja outside of work. She glances toward Jesus and asks if the person beside him is an acquaintance. The simple question instantly puts Jesus on the spot. Feeling slightly nervous, Jesus answers that they are just acquaintances. She hopes to avoid unnecessary explanations, but things do not go according to plan. Before the conversation can end, Teja immediately corrects her. He openly reveals that they are living together. Then he makes it even clearer by stating that they are also seeing each other. The direct answer catches everyone off guard. Jesus can only stare at him in disbelief. Meanwhile, Teja looks completely unbothered by the situation. Later, the two continue walking toward home. As they move through the rainy streets, Jesus finally brings up what happens earlier. She tells him he could have simply said they knew each other. In her opinion, there is no reason to explain their relationship to a coworker. It feels unnecessary. To her, some things are better left private. Teja immediately questions why they need to keep it private at all. The question surprises Jesus. She quickly explains that privacy and hiding something are not the same thing. She insists that she is not trying to hide their relationship. She simply does not feel the need to announce it to everyone. For her, those are two completely different things. However, Teja does not see much difference between them. The more he thinks about it, the less he likes the idea. He quietly holds on to her hand while listening. Jesus gently pushes him away and looks directly into his eyes. Then she reminds him that she is not a girl his age. She has no interest in becoming the center of attention. She does not want people constantly talking about them. She does not want endless gossip or curious stares. To her, those things only create unnecessary stress. Looking at him seriously, she asks whether everyone truly needs to know they are together. Their feelings will not change just because other people know about them. In her eyes, it should be enough if only the two of them understand what they mean to each other. Teja listens quietly, but a hint of sadness slowly appears on his face. It becomes clear that he does not feel the same way. Gently, he places a hand behind her head and pulls her a little closer. For him, keeping their relationship hidden does not feel right. He wants people to know. More than anyone else, there is one person he wants to know. Deep down, he wants Min Chan to understand that Jesus is no longer by his side. That thought has never completely left his mind. As he thinks about it, his emotions become stronger. He remembers all the ordinary moments they share together. The small routines and everyday memories have become precious to him. He thinks about her smile. He thinks about the little changes in her life. He even thinks about the future she might still be dreaming of. Then our boy looks at her with complete seriousness. The playful attitude disappears from his face. What he asks next carries far more weight than any joke. He quietly asks whether she has ever thought about it. If she were to meet Min Chan again someday, how exactly would she introduce him? Teja looks at Jesus and asks her not to avoid the question. He wants a real answer this time. However, Jesus immediately responds with complete certainty. She tells him that she will never meet Min Chan again. The answer comes without hesitation. In her mind, that chapter of her life is already over. Because she believes they will never cross paths again, she sees no reason to think about situations involving him. To her, those possibilities simply do not matter anymore. The future she wants no longer includes him. Hearing those words gives Teja a small sense of relief. Some of the weight pressing on his chest finally begins to fade. For a moment, it feels like Jesus truly wants to leave the past behind. After quietly looking at her, Teja asks another question. This one has been bothering him for a long time. He wants to know what she truly feels. He asks whether she really wants to keep their relationship hidden from everyone else. The question is simple, but it carries far more weight than it seems. Jesus immediately understands what he means. Without hesitation, she answers honestly. She tells him yes. Her voice remains calm and steady as she gives her answer. For a moment, Teja says nothing. He simply stands there in silence. Inside, however, his thoughts become increasingly complicated. It is not that he doubts her feelings. The problem is that their views are completely different. The realization leaves him feeling disappointed. There are so many things he wants to do with her. He wants to express his feelings openly. He wants to stay by her side without worrying about who might be watching. Yet the one thing Haesoo asks from him is privacy. She does not want attention. She does not want other people involved in their relationship. The thought continues bothering him. It lingers in his mind throughout the day. No matter how hard he tries, he cannot completely ignore it. As he looks at her, another memory suddenly appears. Earlier, she sends him a photo wearing her work uniform. Ever since then, he cannot stop thinking about the hat she wears in that picture. Even the smallest things about Haesoo remain in his mind longer than they should. The simple memory makes him smile for a brief moment. Then his expression gradually becomes serious again. After staying silent for a while, Taeha finally decides to tell her something important. He reveals that he is going on a business trip. The announcement immediately catches her off guard. Confusion appears on Haesoo's face. She quickly asks whether it is related to work. Taeha confirms that it is. However, instead of stopping there, this guy immediately starts teasing her again. With a playful expression, he tells her that while he is away, he will simply tell everyone he is single. He says that whether he meets coworkers, friends, or even other women, he will claim he is not seeing anyone. The comment is clearly meant to provoke a reaction. Taeha wants to see how much she cares. Haesoo immediately focuses on something else. Instead of reacting to the teasing, she asks whether he is going somewhere far away. Taeha answers yes, without hesitation. Then she asks how long he will be gone. This time, Taeha carefully watches her expression before giving his answer. He knows the response will matter. Finally, he reveals the truth. He tells her that he will be away for an entire month. The words immediately create a brief silence between them. Haesoo's expression changes the moment she hears it. Taeha notices it right away. Seeing her reaction softens his heart almost instantly. He gently reassures her not to worry. No matter what happens, he promises that he will do everything she wants. Even as the rain continues falling around them, the two remain standing together, quietly facing the reality of the upcoming separation. And with that, this chapter comes to an end. If you enjoyed this recap, make sure to like, share, and subscribe for more. Also, drop a comment below and let me know what you think will happen next between Taeha and Haesoo.